Hi everyone. Picture this scenario for a moment. Right now, as you're watching this video, someone could be trying to break into one of your accounts. Or maybe there's a fraudulent charge hitting your credit card. The real question isn't if these things could happen, it's how quickly you'd know about it. Would it be days, weeks, or would you find out immediately while you still have time to stop it? That's what we're diving into today. Think about these two situations. First, it's 2 in the morning and someone halfway across the world is logging into your business accounts. Second, you wake up to find a $500 charge on your credit card from a company you've never even heard of. Now, in both of these scenarios, there's a window of time where you can still do something about it. But that window closes quickly. The difference between catching these threats right away versus finding out a week later, that can be the difference between a minor inconvenience and a complete disaster. Here's the thing. Most people are essentially flying blind when it comes to their digital security. They're waiting to stumble across problems by accident. Or worse, waiting for someone else to tell them something's wrong. But what if you had an early warning system? What if you could know about problems the moment they started, not days or weeks later? That's exactly what we're going to set up today. And it's easier than you might think. So what exactly is incident monitoring? Think of it like this. You know how your weather app warns you about storms coming your way? Incident monitoring does the same thing for digital threats. It's constantly watching your accounts, looking for anything unusual, and alerting you immediately when something doesn't look right. The beauty of it is that you don't have to be a security expert to use it. These systems do the watching for you so you can focus on your actual work and life. Now here's what makes digital security threats so dangerous. They're specifically designed to be invisible. Hackers don't want you to know they're in your system. Fraudsters are counting on you not noticing those charges. And sometimes, technical glitches can quietly corrupt your data for weeks before anyone realizes something's wrong. You can't fix a problem you don't even know exists. That's why having eyes on your systems is so critical. Without monitoring, you're basically hoping nothing bad happens. Let me tell you a story that happens to people every single day. You're grabbing your morning coffee and you decide to quickly check your bank balance on your phone. That's when you see it, a $347 charge to something called Digital Services Pro. You've never heard of this company. You definitely didn't make this purchase. And now you're standing there at the coffee shop with your heart racing, trying to figure out what just happened. Here's how this scenario plays out without alerts set up. That charge posted yesterday, but you didn't notice it. You might not check your account again for another week. By the time you finally see it, there could be 5 more fraudulent charges. Your account might be overdrawn. You're dealing with overdraft fees on top of the fraud. And the worst part? The criminals who did this are long gone with your money. Now you're spending hours on the phone with your bank, filing disputes, and hoping you can get your money back. But watch what happens when you have alerts turned on. The second that fraudulent charge hits your account, your phone buzzes. You're still at the coffee shop. You haven't even finished your coffee yet. You immediately call your bank. They freeze your card right there on the spot, and the damage is contained to just that one charge. Same problem, completely different outcome. That's the power of real-time alerts. I want you to really let this sink in. We're talking about the exact same security threat in both scenarios. The only difference is whether you found out right away or days later. That's it. But that one difference changes everything, from the amount of money lost, to the time spent fixing it, to the stress you experience. This is why monitoring isn't optional anymore, it's essential. Now let's look at a business scenario because this affects small business owners too. Imagine you run a small marketing agency. You manage social media accounts for local restaurants. It's a Tuesday night. You're at home catching up on your favorite show. Everything seems fine. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, someone in Romania is logging into your client management system using credentials they've stolen. And they're about to wreak havoc on your client's social media accounts. Without monitoring, here's what happens. Thursday morning rolls around and one of your clients calls. They're furious. Their Instagram account is posting spam links to sketchy websites. By the time you investigate, you discover 3 client accounts are compromised. Now you're scrambling to contain the damage, trying to explain to very unhappy restaurant owners how this happened. Your reputation is on the line, and you might even lose these clients. But with monitoring, at 2:03 in the morning, you get a text alert about an unusual login from Romania. Even though you're in your pajamas, you grab your phone, reset the password, enable 2-factor authentication, and the crisis is completely averted. Your clients never even know how close they came to disaster. Same breach attempt, but one version costs you your business reputation, and the other version is handled before it even becomes a problem. All right, here's your mission, and this is something you can actually do right now while you're watching this video, or as soon as it ends. It'll take you about 15 minutes max. If you're a business owner, I want you to log into your most critical accounts. We're talking email, cloud storage, financial platforms, the accounts that would hurt the most if they got compromised. Look for settings with words like login notifications, unusual activity alerts, or security notifications. Most platforms already have these features built in. They're just turned off by default because companies don't want to annoy you with notifications. Turn them on. For everyone, and I mean everyone, set up account alerts for your bank and credit cards. You want to be notified about large transactions, low balances, international charges, and any purchase over a limit that you set. Don't wait for your monthly statement to catch fraud. By then, it's too late. Look, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds paranoid. Do I really need all these alerts? And here's my answer. Monitoring isn't about being paranoid. It's about having options. When something goes wrong, and eventually something will, do you want to find out right away when you can still do something about it? Or do you want to discover it days later when the damage is already done? Think of this like having a smoke detector in your house. You're not paranoid for having one. You're just prepared. You hope you'll never need it, but when you do, you'll be incredibly glad it's there. This is really what it all comes down to. Early warning gives you options. You can detect the threat immediately, respond while it still matters, and actually protect yourself from the worst of the damage. Whether it's stopping a data breach while it's happening or catching fraud before your account is drained, that early warning makes all the difference. Your future self, the one who doesn't have to spend a week untangling a security mess, will thank you for setting this up today. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder. This video is part of our incident response series. If you missed the previous video about what to do when things go wrong, go check out IR-4 on incident handling. It's linked in the description. And coming up next, we're diving into IR-8, where we'll talk about creating your actual written game plan for when digital disasters strike. Having alerts is great, but having a plan for what to do when those alerts go off? That's even better. Thanks for watching, and go turn on those alerts right now. Seriously, do it. Check out cyberberri.substack.com for more information. I'll see you in the next video.